It is now my pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of the State University of New York, Dr. John B. King, Jr.
I'm so sorry I couldn't make it to Saratoga in person today, but I wanted to make sure I could at least join virtually to thank you and take a moment to talk about our shared commitments to innovation, research, and entrepreneurship across the state, particularly at such an uncertain moment at the federal level. I especially want to thank Shelby Schneider for the opportunity to speak with you today. And I'd like to thank everyone at the SUNY Research Foundation and New York Ventures, as well as Sonia Smith, who's here and whose leadership and oversight of the New York Small Business Development Centers have been invaluable. I'm incredibly proud of the partnerships we've built and the work we're doing together, whether it's through SBDCs, which have supported the creation of more than 140,000 jobs across the state, through our students who compete in the New York State Business Plan competition, or through the SUNY Research Foundation and New York Ventures and its sponsorship and support for events like these. I know folks in this room have worked closely with SUNY in ways big and small. Together, we're part of an ecosystem that's driving New York's leadership across the industries and innovations of the 21st century. With your support, SUNY is pioneering new residential solar energy solutions, easing the job search process for entry-level applicants, and developing technology that makes it easier to care for aging New Yorkers and for people with disabilities. And those are just a small sample, all from recent SUNY entrants in the state business plan competition. And while these innovations, along with the research that precedes them and the capital that scales them, are new, the tradition of universities at the heart of investment and innovation is not. Since the end of World War II, our nation's most monumental challenges have been tackled by this tradition, an understanding that American colleges and universities are ideal engines of investment and ingenuity. Today, as you know, that promise is under severe threat from the very federal government that once created the world's greatest innovation infrastructure. And now, thanks to organizations like the Upstate Capital Association and so many others, along with the support of Governor Hochul and the state legislature, we see so many encouraging new developments in New York. But just as I'm sure each of you could tell me something exciting about the investment ecosystem here right now, I'm also sure you could tell me about the federal headwinds you're facing. Axed research projects at NIH, recent cuts to Medicaid, economic and existential threats across industries from clean technology to drone technology to advanced manufacturing. So I want to tell you a little bit about some ways SUNY is pressing forward, committed as ever to upward mobility and economic opportunity, and how you can partner with us so we can weather these headwinds side by side. First, we're boosting micro-credentials, certificates, and degree programs for anyone who wants to start their own business or work in business or finance. This includes courses in entrepreneurship and accounting, micro-credentials in bookkeeping for small businesses, and degrees in business administration, management, marketing, and entrepreneurship. Second, we're betting big on New York's leadership as a hub of 21st century economic growth by making SUNY Community College free for adults ages 25 to 55 who've never received a degree and want to enter high-demand fields like advanced manufacturing, IT, cybersecurity and AI, renewable energy and sustainability, and healthcare. SUNY Reconnect not only covers the cost of tuition, but books, fees, and materials as well. This initiative, SUNY Reconnect, is a huge vote of confidence from Governor Hochul and the legislature, not only in our community colleges, but also our partnerships with local employers and innovation ecosystems. For example, just last week, I was visiting Tompkins Portland Community College and got to see firsthand the work they're doing through SUNY Reconnect to prepare students for careers in sustainable agriculture. Some of them will go to work in existing businesses. Some of them will create their own. I've been visiting campuses across the state to highlight the work on SUNY Reconnect, and we'd love your help in getting the word out. We want folks to know this opportunity for free community college is there for them if they reach out to one of our community colleges today. Lastly, we're not just saying that economic development and upward mobility is important, we're formalizing and institutionalizing this commitment. We created an Office of Workforce Development and Upward Mobility, which strategically aligns our SBDCs with our education opportunity centers and registered apprenticeship programs, and makes sure we meet our goal for every SUNY student to complete an internship or other experiential learning opportunity before they graduate. And that's an ambitious agenda. We really want to make sure that every student has that experience. We worry that internships sometimes are only available to affluent students who can afford not to get paid, that many of our low income students are stuck turning down an internship in their field of study because they have to work at Chipotle or some other service business just to get the funding they need to cover the costs of college. So we're working hard to make sure that students can have those paid internship experiences. We have been able to dedicate significant state funding to that work, thanks to Governor Hochul and the legislature. We've been able to launch a Climate Corps internship program, partnering with state agencies that work on climate issues. We've been able to launch a summer research initiative for students to be engaged in research alongside faculty members over the summer. We've been able to launch our Empire State Service Corps that Shelby mentioned. This is an opportunity for 500 SUNY students to do 300 hours a year of paid public service work, tutoring in K-12 schools, serving as peer mental health counselors, addressing food and housing insecurity on their campuses. Those students are getting, through service, hands-on experiential learning opportunity. And we want to continue to grow these efforts. We're going to need your help to do that. Oftentimes, large companies have an infrastructure in place already for internships, but we need small businesses, startups, also to take on interns. And we are about to launch an initiative partnering with a number of chambers of commerce around the state to serve as intermediaries to help support small and mid-sized businesses in taking on interns. Again, we want to make sure that every SUNY student graduates with that experience. We know the evidence shows that students who have a paid internship while in college are able to find a job more quickly after they graduate and end up with better jobs with higher earnings. So we want to invest in our students. We need your partnership in that. So all in all, you can see why we like to say SUNY is on the move, and why I'm more confident than ever that our strength, excellence, value, and partnerships will carry us forward through the challenges ahead. To do so, we'll need sustained investment and support from policymakers and private sector allies alike. And we'll need to stay focused on the future together. So how do we do this? We resist getting caught up in bad headlines and distractions, and we don't assume defeat. Court orders, executive actions, and policy changes have been coming at us fast. In our higher ed world, I like to remind campus presidents and other leaders in the sector not to respond with what I refer to as anticipatory over compliance. And I would tell this community similarly to, as much as possible, think before changing how you operate because you think that's where the wind might be blowing. If recent history has taught us anything, it's that uncertainty is the only thing that's certain. We must also sing our current successes loudly and proudly. We can only transform lives and local economies when all New Yorkers who can benefit from initiatives like SUNY Reconnect know how to register. When investors who can support our ecosystems, budding entrepreneurs, see their work and potential, and when our communities see tangible returns on our investment and can support our successes too. And we've got a lot of success to celebrate in New York. We are experiencing an advanced manufacturing renaissance. I was just with Senator Schumer recently at the Albany Nanotech facility, celebrating the hundreds of millions of dollars that are coming through the CHIPS Act to support research activities in partnership with industry at Albany Nanotech. Joining us there was the executive chair at Global Foundries. What an incredible story of the capital region's economic momentum. We also had folks there from Micron coming to the Syracuse region, bringing what will be 50,000 jobs between the chip fab and the supply chain companies. Again, an incredible story of the state investing in the necessary infrastructure, including research in partnership with higher education, and then cultivating this incredible growth in that industry. We're in the early days of something similar in the southern tier with the incredible battery research that's happening at Binghamton and the opportunity for the southern tier to become a national hub of great entrepreneurial work in battery technology, energy storage activity. We're also in the early days of an artificial intelligence boom in Buffalo. We've got our Empire AI initiative, where the state has, through public and private dollars, invested more than $400 million in building what will be the largest supercomputer on a higher ed campus in the country, with researchers at University of Buffalo, University of Albany, Binghamton, Stony Brook, as well as private partners like RPI and Columbia, NYU, and Cornell, all able to access the supercomputing capacity to leverage AI for the public good, conducting research in areas from healthcare to improving the design of advanced manufacturing to analyzing weather patterns to better predict extreme weather events. There will be an opportunity to do great research, publish great research, but also to foster the development of new companies, focus on leveraging AI. And we're looking forward to what that will mean for Western New York. So these are all great examples of seeding an innovation economy. We've got great work happening at Upstate, where SUNY and the Research Foundation have been able to support Upstate Ventures, an effort to turn some of the great research happening in upstate labs, as well as in the Syracuse area around healthcare, to turn that research into new companies, new opportunities, to seed a biotech renaissance, if you will, in the Syracuse area. So lots of great examples, tremendous work on quantum at Stony Brook that we think could drive a whole new area of economic development. Stony Brook working closely with Brookhaven National Lab. So we've got great examples, and we're excited about the prospects for SUNY to contribute to New York's continued economic growth. Finally, we must stay committed to listening to one another and working together. This means public-private partnerships, but it also means creating more experiential learning opportunities to help our students see new pathways forward. If you like what you see at the business competition, consider bringing on SUNY's budding entrepreneurs and innovators as interns and apprentices. In so doing, you'll help us to secure an innovative, transformational New York for individuals and economies alike. Thanks again for having me, and thank you always for your partnership.
Thank you so much, Dr. King. It's really been an honor to have you, and we look forward to having you in person one day when your travel schedule permits. But moving forward, we really appreciate your continued partnership and your focus on innovation and producing the nation's leading talent pool and pipeline. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Shelby. Take care, everybody.
Have a great day.